Hi, my name is Matt Stordo. I'm a percussion specialist here at Milano Music, and today I'm going to show you how we put together some of these percussion instruments. On my left, we have a snare drum. What comes with this is a snare drum, a snare stand, drumsticks, a practice pad, and a backpack case. On my right, we have a bell kit. That comes with the bell kit, comes with the bell kit stand, mallets, practice pad, and a backpack case. And in the center right here is a combo kit, which is a combination of both. No matter what you choose to play, be sure that when you open up your case that you take note of what is in the kit and where it's located. This will help later on when you're putting the instrument back into the case. Today we're going to be showing you how to put together both a bell kit stand and a snare drum stand, and we'll be doing it with the combo kit. So right here in the bigger part of the case is where the snare drum is located. And with on top of that will be a practice pad and a mute. Place that off to the side there. And then in the flatter part, we're going to have a bell kit. Right here we have the top of the bell kit stand, the general bottom stand or legs, mallets and sticks, the bell kit itself. And the top for the snare drum stand. Also included is a music stand, foldable, fancy, that will go into the bell kit. But I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. So to put together your drum stand, and this will be the same for both snare drum and bell kit, what you want to do is start by loosening this screw right here. You're going to spread out those legs, and you want them to get pretty wide out, so that way there's no chance of the instrument falling. After that, tighten up this screw right here pretty tight. We're going to start with the snare drum stand. So what you want to do is the same thing on the top. Loosen it up so that the insert right there is wide enough for the snare drum top to be able to fit in. We'll open that up right there. And that. We'll put it into there. And in terms of height and how far you want it to go, you generally want the top of the snare drum to be at waist height. So that way it's comfortable to play and you're not having to put your arms too far down or too far up. And what I'm doing here with the top of the snare stand is trying to make sure that it's nice and flat. It looks like it is, so we're going to tighten up this knob here. And then these three arms right here, this basket, is where the snare drum is going to go. So we put it in, and it looks like, if you can see right there, there's a bit of space in between the snare drum and the cradle arms. So what we're going to do is go underneath right here, twist that open, I'll bring it in about right there. This is a bit of a smaller snare drum. So put it in right there. Make sure it's all spread out. It's a little bit closer, so I'm just going to do the same thing. Loosen that. Push the cradle. And there we are. So we have the snare drum stand all set up. I'm sure if I were to put it down, it probably wouldn't be at waist level, but make sure that that's something that you do have in mind when you're putting that together. Now that we've got our snare drum set up, let's go over a few of the basics. You'll notice on the side that there's a little bit of a throw on and off. And what that does is underneath the drum, and what causes that high-pitched sound, are snares. When it's up, the snares are on. And when you take those snares off, by depressing that throw right there, it turns into more of a tom-tom drum. For the sake of this, we're just going to keep the snares on. Now, one of the proper ways, and the way that your teacher is probably going to teach you how to hold a drumstick, is called match grip. And an easy way to know if you're doing good match grip is you put your hand open like that, palm out, put the stick right here. And you want this part of the stick, called the butt, no laughing, you want it to be sticking out just a little bit. We can even go up a little bit more. You're just going to wrap your hand or your fingers around it, and you're going to put the index finger right where the thumb meets, and that part is called the fulcrum. It's the most important part of the grip. Wrap your hand or your fingers around, and just relax on down. Now the movement for playing in match grip is just simply up and down. Up, down. That's all there is to match grip. As you keep on going, you also might learn different kinds of grips. Another one is called French grip, which is basically you take match grip, turn it on its side. Another example might be traditional, which is more commonly used in marching bands or in jazz drum set playing. And that, you still have a fulcrum, but it's going to be more towards the back of the stick, and the stick is going to rest between your middle and ring finger. And those are all the different kinds of grips that you can have while playing the snare drum. Just remember, it's all up, down, up, down. For the days you maybe don't want to annoy your parents so much with the sound, every kit, bell, snare, or combo comes with a practice pad. Music to every parent's ears. So for the bell kit stand, it's going to use the same bottom, but with a different top. For this, similarly to the snare, you're going to have it come all the way out and tighten the screw that's right there. It's nice with a bell kit because you don't have to worry about making sure that it all fits, because it automatically just goes out to the right size. Tighten it about right there. Now if you look at the top, you'll see that there's a little bit of a screw sticking out right there. And on the bottom of the bell kit, there's a little hole right there. And what you want to do is you want to line it up so that way the hole goes right into the screw. Got that right there. And another rule of thumb for this, with the top, you'll notice that two of the arms are a little bit closer together than the other ones on the other side. The part of the bell kit that gets smaller is the part that's going to go on the side with the smaller arms, and vice versa, larger side, larger arms. Now that we have our bell kit set up, I'm going to show you what I was talking about with that collapsible music stand. So what you do, if you're looking at the bell kit from the front, you'll see there's two little inserts. And what you want to do is you take this music stand, there's little bits right here on the bottom that go out. You're going to just put them in right there. There's little clips right here to hold the music. And voila, you got yourself a little bitty music stand. So first let's talk about positioning. Best way to indicate you're on the right side of a bell kit is when you look down, all of the bell kits will have letters on them. If you can read the letters, they're not upside down, you're on the right side. If you're on the other side, just shimmy on over to the other side, not a big deal. So the technique for bell kit, just like with the snare drum, is just going to be match grip. And it's just, like I said, a nice, easy up and down motion. So I'm going to break everything down, show you how to put it back in the bag. So for this, we're going to put those snare arms in the cradle all back together again. Going to loosen up the screw right here. Get that. Put that off to the side for now. Same thing with the bell top. Release that screw. Put it all down together. And finally the legs. Also release. Once you have all those loosened and put down, we're going to put the legs into this part right here, into this bag. We're going to put the bell top also in that same bag, right up there. Then we're going to flip these two flaps up. We're going to put the bell kit in right at the base of all this. There we go. We're going to fold it right over like that. Then in this pocket, we're going to put our mallets and our drumsticks. We're going to put the foldable music stand in. And the snare top, we're going to put in this bag right here. After that, you're going to close up this section and zip it all up. Then we're going to open up the snare section. Zip that open. We're going to put the snare drum in. We're going to put the practice pad on top of it. And voila! That's how you put away your stuff. Well, I hope this video has been informative for you. If you have any kind of questions at all regarding your drum kit, feel free to contact us at 480-827-1111.